read 6 books in the month of August, so let's talk about them. First up, I read A Fair to Die For by Wendy Owens. I rated this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. I loved how this book was broken up. The first third of the book, we follow one of the main male characters as he plans to commit a crime. We stop following him right when the crime takes place. Then we start following Detective Sanchez as she walks into the crime scene and starts to figure out what happened. And then the third part of this book, we follow another character. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I'll give it away. But my mind was blown. I really enjoyed this book. The second book I read this month was The Perfect Son by Freida McFadden. I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite book by her, but it also wasn't my least favorite book by her. Next, I read In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. This was the first Rebecca Yarros book that I had read that wasn't Fourth Wing. I rated this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book. I loved how it went back and forth between the past and the present, even though sometimes I wanted it just to stay where it was at, either if it was past or present. I did not want it to go back or forth, but it did, and it was so worth it in the end. This was such a beautiful story. Next up, I read Dark Succession by Katie Robert. I rated this book 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's a dark mafia romance book, but I rated it what I did because it was insta-love. Why is there insta-love in a dark mafia romance book? I don't know. Then I read House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I rated this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is the second book in the Crescent City series. I read this with some of my friends from college, and we are in our own little book club, the 4 of us. We read the first book in the Crescent City series a couple months ago, and we loved it, but nothing compared to this book. We devoured this book. It was so good. It did not feel like it was almost 1,000 pages. And lastly, I read Wildlife by Victoria Woods. I was not a fan of this book. I rated it 1.5 out of 5 stars. It just wasn't for me.